and eating fruit. But today I'm going to be very quick. I wanted to give you some tips on breastfeeding. I just want to say congratulations to all the mums and dads out there. I've just had some babies, or the ones still powering through with their feeding. I just had some friends that had, and family, they've just had babies, and I thought, what a better way to say congratulations and share than give them some tips that I found very useful with me for breastfeeding. I've got two children. One is 5.5 and the other one is 13 months. My first was breastfed till he was 3 and 2 months, and the second one is still being breastfed. So, on that note, I just thought I'd do a quick share on tips to use whilst breastfeeding. The first one, which is the most important one for me, is feeding on demand. Now, it sounds harsh, but basically, when you've had a baby, what else have you got to do but feed? They eat, they poop, they sleep. So, if they want to eat, just feed them. Now, it doesn't, I know some people might want to get annoyed at the messenger here, but I like to use my breast, but I don't believe that you have to use your breast all the time. If you don't want to, you can feed with a bottle, but so long as you're giving your baby breast milk. Now, even if you're feeding with a bottle, you still have to feed on demand because it's breast milk, and breast milk breaks down and digests a lot faster than formula would. So, if you're feeding your baby whenever they're hungry, it's going to help with your breast making more milk and building more milk for your baby to help them grow. So when you're not using your baby, feeding your baby breast milk with a bottle, you still need to express the milk out of your breast so that it continues to make some more milk. So very important tip. Breastfeed your baby whenever they're hungry, because that milk for the first 6 months is food and water. So sometimes they drink just the formula for water, and then maybe about 30 or 40 minutes later they might be hungry for a proper meal, which would be the hind milk. So feed, 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 enjoy it. It is fantastic. Number 2, the next thing you need is water. Can't stress enough how important it is to keep fluids in your body when you're breastfeeding. It's a liquid. You need fluid. Your body needs fluid. You need to drink. A good tip is to always have half a glass of water to the glass of water with you in a bottle, a glass, or something when you're breastfeeding. Drink it, or right after or before, so that you're replenishing your body as you're feeding or expressing. If you're not a big water person, and sometimes I'm not, I will put some lemon in the water to give it a little bit more flavor, or you can have some herbal teas, which are fantastic, and you can make lactation teas, but so long as you're getting a lot of fluid in there. So drink, drink, drink while you're feeding on demand. Number 3, own a breast pump. Yes. It can be I've got a handheld breast pump. Some people have electric ones, but own a breast pump if you can. There may be days where Bub might oversleep or do things, and you don't want to get engorged because it hurts. And then it leads to blocked ducts. And then it leads to other issues. You just don't want to go down that path. Sometimes when they're about 6 months or more, depending if you're lucky, you might get away. If you're not, you might get your first bout of gastro, and sometimes they don't feed as much, and you need to pump your breast. So having a hand pump or an electric pump is a good thing to have by, so that as your breast is filling, if baby's on a different schedule or moving, or you need to move milk, you can pump and dump. So that's one of my tips. Number 4, have some galactic gog foods that you can eat that will help with your breast, but also some digestive foods that will help baby's gut. So 2 things that I generally like to cook with are fenugreek and fennel. Great, they will keep your milk supply coming. And also it can help with wind with baby. So if you can throw those in your cooking, in your food, whenever you can, do it. And yes, you might notice a big difference. Rest. Rest, rest, rest. Number 5, rest. Not easy when you have 2 kids. So what I find is if you've got 2 children or more, you need to breastfeed, Just sit on the couch and breastfeed. If this is your first, you can lie in the bed and breastfeed, or in the chair or whatever, but you need to have rest, because if you're stressed, you may notice that baby will get stressed as well, your breast will get stressed as well, everybody will get stressed. So stress is not a good thing when you're trying to breastfeed, and we all know how sometimes that can be a problem anyway. From my experience, when I first started breastfeeding it was really stressful. So if you can relax, put on some music, and just be. So yes, those are my tips for breastfeeding, at least for the new mums and the new starters. And then I may come back later with breastfeeding an older child, 6 months and older. But for now, get in there, hug your baby, cuddle your baby, keep those boobs nourishing, basically. Did I just say that? It's a bit weird. Okay. Alright, if you need any other questions about breastfeeding, I'm not a lactation consultant, but I am a breastfeeding mom that's been breastfeeding for a while. So I'm happy to answer your questions and give you more tips, and I will bring more to you as time goes on. Until then, congratulations and happy feeding. Alright, bye-bye.